the man that you need to be. Go in it, go in it, go in it. Go in it, go in it, go in it. Being bullied physically and verbally for majority of my elementary, middle school, and high school. You know how kids are. I'm sure you guys have been through this. You might be in elementary school, middle school, or high school watching this. Or you might currently be getting bullied now. Or maybe you just resonate that you were bullied when you were younger. But when we talk about bullies, man, it's messed up. It's messed up. It's the biggest ego, judgmental thing that there is. People think that I'm a bully because I call people out. I give them that hard truth, which is that real love. Saying, hey, you got man tits, you got love handles, you need to drop it. Because I used to have man boobs and love handles, and I know how much better it is to be ripped, to be confident, to be disciplined, to wake up early, to crush workouts, to have your background nutrition, how much it changed my life, and I know it could change yours too. Because when I was just like you with man boobs and love handles, I was insecure, I had that anxiety, I had that fear, right? But when we were growing up in elementary, middle school, and high school, bro, I was bullied physically and verbally for two things mainly. First, it was having man boobs and love handles. I was about 11, 12, 13 years old, and I was like 30, 40 pounds overweight. I had man boobs and love handles, right? And I was already, because when you have man boobs and love handles and you're not being egotistical, protecting yourself with that deep-rooted insecurity, and you're just being honest, man, I already didn't feel good about myself. I wasn't feeling hot. I had all this sludge on me. I had all this sludge, right? I had all this sludge on me, all this fat, so I was already insecure and anxiety about my body. Even though I was a young kid, they say, oh, you're just a kid that just baby weight this and that. Nah, bro, my soul knows what's up. I'm eating Mickey D's and milkshakes, and I just got love handles and man boobs, bro, and I'm not feeling so hot about myself at 12 years old, all right? And that's just because I got my age doesn't mean my soul doesn't tell me that I need to drop the fat. Just because I'm 12 years old and I don't have that awareness and that consciousness yet, my soul is telling me through anxiety, through insecurities, that I need to drop the fat. But thank God for the bullies, because they were actually my insecurities in actual people telling me I was fat, telling me, oh, you're a chubby kid, oh, you fat, shoved me on the ground, kicked me on the ground. I remember this one time, I was about, I think I was in second grade, I was in first or second grade, right? Still chubby, this and that, and these kids were calling me fat. They're like, oh, you're so fat, you're so chubby, blah, 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 and then, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, you guys see me on these videos? I was like that when I was 11, when I was in first grade. My dad left me, bro. I always had this edge on me, like I'm gonna beat somebody up. I always had this like edge on me where I had this energy about me because I was just pissed off my dad left me. It was like this bottled up energy that I've always had, and I still do have, obviously, right? And he's just like, my dad left me, but these kids are like, oh yeah, man, you overweight, you chubby, man, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh yeah, what's up, bro? You know, you don't want to mess with me, right? Just little kid stuff, first grade, like 10, 11 years old, whatever. Right? And they start shoving me. I would shove them back because I was a big kid. I got 20, 30 pounds on them. I got that sludge, man. Mass moves mass. That's why you see these power lifters lifting all this big weight, because they got that 40 pounds of sludge on them. So they can bench press that 400 pounds. They can deadlift that 700 pounds because they got that 40 pounds of sludge on them, right? But these kids pushing me, I had that sludge on me, so I'm pushing them back. Finally, it's 2-on-1. They shove me straight to the ground. I hit my head on the concrete, and they start kicking me. Not like ridiculously where I start bleeding or breaking my ribs or nothing, but just, like these 11-year-old kids hitting me, kicking me, right? And I was all like, I was just like fed up. I was all like sad, depressed. I started being a little bitch, little kid, like, okay, little victim complaining mentality, right? But I was like, screw these kids, right? And I was just sitting in the snow. I was laying in the snow, man, and I would just, and recess was over. It was recess, you're in elementary school, and 15, 30 minutes goes by, and then finally the teachers come at me. I'm all buried in snow just because I'm being a little wine baby and being a little victim. I was like, I'm just gonna stay in the snow. I'm just gonna stay out here forever until I die. I'm gonna stay out here. Always been fully committed. I'm gonna stay out here being stubborn, right? And finally the teachers, whatever, came out, got me, ended up going inside, my grandma Gwen ended up picking me up, first grade, this and that. Right, this is just one of the many stories of me being bullied, right? And just the process of just being bullied for years for being overweight until I was about 13, 14, and I ended up getting pissed off once and for all and dropping all the fat, just went straight obsession, and I went on my journey, right? But guess what? The next year I was getting bullied for being skinny. I was getting bullied. It's the same thing. When you're poor, you get hated. When you're rich, you get hated. When you're a nobody, you get hated. When you're somebody, you get hated. No, regardless. But 13, 14 years old, I didn't take it too well. I was skinny, so guess what? I got obsessed. Let's go, right? And it led to great things. It led to greatness, right? So I'm not talking bad about getting bullied, this and that, but this is just the awareness of it, bro. Right? You got to have that empowered. You have to have that positive mindset, that growth mindset, that elite mindset to be able to take that pain and turn it to power, right? Into your purpose, right? But being overweight for being skinny, and then I was bullied for being dyslexic. Man, I almost failed out of middle school. I got straight F's pretty much in every class except for PE and like math, because I've always been good with numbers, get that money. But whatever, like, hey, I was failing middle school, and then I went to high school. I crushed it just because of my discipline, commitment, and then I moved to Carson City, got into drugs, got into this and that. I was around my dad, and I was I was doing bad things. I was around the wrong people, right? And I almost didn't graduate high school. Pretty much didn't show up at all my senior year. But I made it through. But I was bullied for not being able to read or write because I'm dyslexic. Like, I'm not really good with handwriting or reading and writing. Sometimes the letters get switched up, right? And I was always bullied for that too. But it just led me to greatness because I had that empowered, not that victim, that unstoppable, unbreakable, undeniable mindset, right? And that's what you guys need too. All right, that's the video for today. It's Devin Cripe with DC Fitness and my Beast Mode program, my elite mindset program. It's Devin Cripe. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, every social media platform, Devin Cripe, just like you are here. You can DM me for coaching if you want to level up, self-mastery, fitness, nutrition, get ripped, tap into your purpose, get that elite mindset, that extreme accountability, that unlimited motivation. If you want to level up, DM me for coaching. Check out my free content there. Much love, much respect. Keep on crushing it.